Okay. I mean, Ember mid.
Good versus Pango.
Yeah, it's a good matchup versus Pango. I know people go like Orb of Blight, more points in W.
And Darkseer is the stereotypical aura buyer. Probably the most iconic aura buyer of all time, actually, in Pro Dota, I would say. Darkseer has been probably the only hero to always do that when you think about it. Never missing a beat.
Yeah, but like you said, very scary lane with Rue and Collapse. You have to be careful on the heroic side as Divine now getting dove under the tier 1. The Avalanche not enough.
Yatoro says Divine back to base.
Indeed.
This is a really bad time to die for Axe. Look at all the creeps that he's missing.
Yeah, this is actually quite a disaster. And the Dispose now onto Schofield. He is dead as well. Gets off the toss though. So we'll get a kill to his name. Did Divine get any XP for that?
That was what I was going to say. I think he died just before Divine arrived, but that one is big. The kill on Pugna was actually so much experience. This solves the problem entirely, that he's able to get Panto there, so. More spicy ones. You have the Flame Guard that Pango cannot remove, but at the same time, he doesn't block any of your damage. So it's a lane that often turns into a lot of fighting.
And KJ going to take the brunt of the tag team. Good aphotic shield, though. And that's going to be the death of KJ.
This lane, I love this lane. Darkseer Tusk is so good.
Very excited about it, but we've seen a lot of these role changes not work out. In fact, I would say most of them don't work out. But this one has been perfect for the heroic side. As Whisper dies. Perfect timing, and now Devi will follow suit. So Spirit getting 2 kills across the map.
Matters. I don't think it's been buffed, right? I think it's the same version as it was originally. I don't think the numbers got tweaked. I just remember reading it and being like, yeah, it's okay. It's so good.
Rolling
Panto
Thunder.
gets the haste. Oh, Whisper. Not level 6.
On top of Whisper. No way to get out. Instead, we'll try to push the envelope with the Searing Chains, but he's going to be taking a ton of damage, and Laurel actually gets the last hit as well. 7-2 advantage for Spirit. Devi has to cut the creeps. Now going to take a full unleash from Yatoro, which will result in another kill going the way of Spirit. That's 2 cores dead. And again, it's across the map. I'm going to go for the tier 1 instead in the top side.
Yeah, the 2 Doms makes it nice and easy for Panto to pick a lane and go to. Just bring the creeps.
Devi. Still no call.
It's funny, they're dodging away from the call that he doesn't have.
I mean, that's next level. There's the grip. We were talking about this interaction before. I don't think they're going to be able to get this kill as Laurel gets off the shield crash into the brunt of all of this. Whisper gets a really good amount of damage as the dunk comes out onto Panto, but it's the cost of Whisper. And now Devi will lead to that double kill for Yatoro. And this is Laurel with a damage rune, by the way. A good swash onto 2 with the shield crash as well. 3rd member dead. Rebound just misses there for Yatoro.
And if you don't, well, you would have lost anyway, right? So you might as well try a high-risk, high-reward kind of play.
Yeah, I mean, was there any thought process?
Like
was there any thought process to Schofield having a blink? You have a Tiny that can actually just toss you in, theoretically. As Rolling Thunder coming in from the south. Speaking of the Tiny, will definitely be dying here to the right clicks of Yatoro. And now the focus onto the carry Abaddon. No Radiance yet, just the Sacred Relic. Borrowed Time activated. Collapse with the wall. And this is going to be more than enough to clean up the Abbey. Whisper, stun locked for now. Has the remnants to get to the high ground, but he gets brought back into the right clicks, and that is 3 dead for Heroic.
Wait, you can do that? With Blast. Bane, you're kind of just walking around, trying to get information, maybe save a core here and there. Maybe you want to save your tower here and there before it's too late.
Yep, still with 30 seconds to burn on Spirits. They feel like they can get some free damage. A nice toss back onto the Pug. Not always a pesky here to deal with, but the Tiny gets completely destroyed. And even Yuma now isolated from his team. Whisper gonna get help with the grip onto the Tusk, so the dunk does come on the side of Heroic, but it's gonna cost them dearly, I do believe. Swashbuckle not really gonna make a meaningful connection as the Aegis about to expire here in 10 seconds. Yatoro wants to at least get 1 more kill to his name, but the double Battle Hunger Surge is going to counter that for the time being, as he will find the distance, and now the Aegis comes out.
Pretty well played defense there.
Yep,
without that, he is
there, but now the high ground attempt for Yatoro. They have the 1 lane, force the fortification.
Oh,
Toss
it's like
back. Do they have the plays? Nullifier applied. He pops the BKB in retreat. Oh, good nightmare. Gonna waste a lot of time. Tiny will eventually drop in mid-air. But Spirit, and their ults are running out. Good attempt from Divide. They're gonna have to give up the tier 3, but can Spirit continue? Minute and a half on the Aegis, but without the ult, this is gonna be a slower push for Yatoro. Obviously has that facet to replicate that a bit. Now the buyback onto the Tiny. There's Divide with the call. Collapse, looking for an opening as the Tuscan really deep, or the Tiny rather, gets stun locked and destroyed. That's a dieback for Schofield. That hurts on the heroic side. Whisper creating space from behind. As Divide again with the call. Still have to burn through this Aegis as the range Rax is taken out. Yatoro gets dunked. Life number 1 down and out. Walrus punch now on a Whisper. Able to get to his fountain again though, and Spirit should be able to get this barracks as a result.
Oh,
You can only look on.
Unleash is ready again.
Hezu would be proud.
This is the neutral item for Bane, because you can't farm anyway. So,
yeah.
You want to get greedy.
Rue, he pops the smoke, will be the sacrifice in all likelihood. And well, speaking of the Orchid, Yuma does have it now. Good assassination there for Heroic. And KJ, this is a big reveal, by the way. Unfortunately for him, he does not have Aether Lens or Blink to get easy access. But there's the call. The grip is going to be coming. Oh, the Nullifier and the Lotus used at the same time. Now the Vac Wall to follow. Axe is dead already. Yuma's ult pops. And it's only a matter of time before a Collapsing Company can clean him up. Although Yatoro was slow to a crawl, but pops the ult now. Applying some pressure at the very least to Whisper. Gets off the Searing Chains. But Yatoro gets through it all with a triple kill. 4 kills overall in that fight for Spirit.
It feels like these tips are... You just nailed that fight by reflecting grip, right?
That was sick.
Super clutch. I guess today PARIVISION looked... I mean, get stomped one
in terms of consistently this tournament, nobody. But top sack. Toro with the BKB.
There's
the grip in a pretty good spot, but the snowball save is there and back into Safety's arm. Gets the Abyssal Blade and the rebound onto Whisper. Stun locked to death. 80 seconds. Does have buy. BKB picked up by Panther. Are you kidding me? Good lord. Divide. Canceling.
Good lord, Divide.
Life break. And there's the buyback onto Whisper. This is last-ditch effort for Heroic, using the Remnants to get back in, but he gets bashed right off the bat. And there's the vacuum, and there's the kill again. Dieback for Whisper, and that should do it for this game 1. Yuma drained to death. And Divide with one more call for the road. GG finally comes out, though, as Spirit take game number 1.
Not much to say, really. Just everybody played great. They played good lanes, they made good moves, they bought the right items.
She'll hit you 3 times, and then she'll try to keep hitting you, but doesn't do the thing where you, move attack. So you actually get distance between you and Marcy when you call her. Same with Jug. You call him while he's spinning, and you can actually walk out of spin because he starts hitting you. I don't think Ursa is, owns these heroes as much. Okay, so they're going to go with the mid-storm, off-lane Sand King. Very typical. Very stock standard. I mean, Ringmaster save on Terrorblade is great because you can turn around and get the Sunder off.
Yeah, Lesh needs some big items, but there's also, you have the wild card in Naga Siren. I think can always mess up, that's why this hero is so contested on the pro level. Hang on. Schofield.
Oh boy, the whip onto Schofield as he tries to run away, and the first blood goes to
might be
Rue.
both of them.
And now Yuma, with no support nearby, will fall as well. So Spirit already off to a good start.
Which is a really good sign for Spirit if that's the case. If Heroic against the competitive field of this tournament haven't really struggled much. Oh my God.
Again? What?
Haven't struggled that much in their lanes, but then in this they get bodied. If Spirit have leveled up their laning particularly,
add insult to injury. Not going to be the case, at least not initially. I mean, they are forcing Yuma out of lane completely for now. Penta's like, hey, what's up? Gets the dual breath. Actually going to get scatter blasted as well, as the whip will help his cause a bit. Panto, is he actually dead here? Yes. Just gifts a kill to Heroic. Interesting.
You're quite good at killing the TB, but once he gets a couple of items, the Lesh just hates that matchup.
Yep, even Yuma making an appearance. Yatoro trying to get out of dodge. Panto is certainly dead. Devi, though, continuing to hound Yatoro. He actually did level the Sunder and pops the stick to be able to use it. Will do so on Devi, but he is completely outnumbered. Attempting the TP. Do they have the stun? No. Whisper.
Getting Yuma.
Root going to be bringing out a smoke, so Collapse. Not sure if he's actually going to go for this. Burrow strike with the Wheel of Wonder. Yuma does not look at it, though, and just TP's out to safety.
Bit of a mess up there.
Meanwhile, Yatoro, that's a lot of magic damage. Devi
no mess
with
up
the
there.
Rolling Thunder and the Mortimers. Big kill for Heroic. Yeah, they have a pretty good lineup at this stage of the game against the Terrorblade. The magic damage we just saw from Mortimer's Kisses, the Rolling Thunder, you can't Sunder that. Wait, can you Sunder that? How does that work again? Panto is dead.
You can't Sunder on magic immunity, right? And it gives you magic immunity. And yeah, when you're investing this much into him, he has to deliver. Storm will be needing 1 or 2 more minutes than usual to hit the same item timings. You can see right now Laurel is farming bottom on Storm, which is quite unusual.
They have their sights set on, and he just gets insta-gift. So much magic damage just tears right through him. Collapse, though, coming in with the epicenter. Burrow. It's only onto the support Naga Siren so far. Devi try to stand his ground. You can see that Scatter Blast doing quite a bit. Laurel very low on mana. Now the Mortimer's Kiss is available. Wheel of Wonder does successfully hit Devi. Will end up dropping to Panto in the end. Laurel, though, it's who they really would want. He's actually going to stick around despite not having much HP or mana. But speaking of which, no mana left on Whisper as well. The whip will hit, and eventually this will tick out in favor of Team Spirit.
Oh,
as
nice
Collapse. All right, Laurel does end up finally going down, sticking around a little bit too long, but still 3 kills going the way of Team Spirit. There's no way I'm going to buy a pipe now, surely.
Yeah, and that also begs the question, are you even looking to fight as Heroic? Because if you aren't, then maybe you're better off just, you know, playing a bit keep away and scaling with other items on Pango, which seems to be their mindset.
Oh my, Yuma runs right into Rue, will box himself, and now the Yules to kite the bear. We'll have to use the ult to be able to get away. Epicenter from Collapse, no connection at all. So Cinderin has again jinxed him as Laurel is taken out right at the start of the fight. Way too easy as Rue eventually will fall to Devi. And just like that, there's only 3 members of Spirit. And Yatoro, that's who they have their sights on. And again, the Mortimers, the Sunder not in time, so close. The animation too long, and now Whisper even can potentially get Collapse. Nice Yules, but Whisper is there to clean things up. Double kill for Schofield, and that is a 4-for-1. Not even remotely close, as KJ will be the recipient of the shard from Tormy.
Yeah. Really nice to have a bigger heal against all this AoE damage.
Snare. And the Rolling Thunder. Box to try to save him for the time being. Laurel does get away in time. Rue, though, out of mana. He'll be the sacrifice in all likelihood for Spirit. Laurel, though, okay, wanted to go in. There's the counter initiation with the epicenter and the burrow and some help from the neutrals as well, but now Collapse in a precarious spot. Panto with the macro pyre, not going to have too much of an effect, although does dissuade them from going further, so Collapse does live in the end.
Just the moment you get jumped, you song blink in, heal your entire team.
Yeah. Plus Wheel of Wonder, which theoretically is good in the pit as well, on cooldown, so.
They are going to scout. Let's see if Collapse does it.
Will he do it again? Acropire on top, but no. Oh, Collapse, a good attempt. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was as close as it gets. He just has a tingling for that, but unfortunately that tingle will be reserved in the fountain for now.
Unfortunately, you called it, though, so he can't. He can't do it when you're watching.
That was so close. Chameleon.
Okay.
Skin changing.
How about Obnoxious Dragon?
On Schofield.
Actually,
the right clicks are enough from Yatoro. Had the range thanks to the Hurricane Pike.
He's getting there on the Terrorblade, I gotta say.
Collapse. Oh boy, this is a second kill now.
This is a tower.
This is with having Aegis on their side. Now being turned around on for Spirit. A good disengage here from Heroic, trying to wait out this Terrorblade Metamorphosis. Now the zip onto the high ground with the Electric Vortex, and there's Collapse with the epicenter. Is it enough to take out Schofield? Not quite yet. The song reset, but Schofield does pop in the end. Yules to create a little bit of space with the whip to follow. It's a lot of CC onto Yuma. He actually pops his BKB, but he's stuck on his side of the map, and Divide is all alone. Two dead for Heroic, and Spirit capitalizing on some crucial mistakes.
That is an understandable reaction from Divide. That cannot feel good. He misread the situation entirely and clearly frustrated as they start facing some serious issues now.
At the Zip Electric Vortex again. Yuma jumps in.
Nice
does not have BKB at all, and he gets crushed. 80 seconds of no Ursa, and Team Spirit now free reign on the base.
It's just a matter of getting the jump. The perfect target to start the fight on is obviously Naga Siren. If you can just kill Naga to begin, don't have anything to worry about. They're trying to be sneaky here and maybe get the Wisdom and maybe get a Lesh too.
Oh, Whisper.
The perfect
strike. And they have everything.
Oh boy.
Big kill for Spirit. And they snag the Wisdom Shrine. Up at the epicenter. Ooh, collapse. Okay, little misstep there. Yeah. Sorry about the jinx. That's 2 now.
How do we keep doing it?
Yeah, there's the sad Poogie in the pot. Jenkins and Slacks. Oh, but guess who stuck around? It was Whisper, and he's
Great
dead.
double stun from Collapse as expected.
Schofield trying to get away, and the song is too late. The buyback comes out as well from Whisper. They need to get value out of this. Yatoro pops the Metamorphosis along with the BKB. Divide gets off the Rolling Thunder. Actually, that was just the roll-up. He popped shortly after, and Whisper looks to be next. That is a dieback for the Lesh. As Yuma forced to BKB in retreat.
That's my favorite bug of all time in Dota. You know why it happened, right?
We've talked about it.
Let's wait with that. Schofield trying to live will not be successful.
Collapse will be on his ass, but there's the jump in from Yuma. They actually blow up Collapse, a big kill, as Yuma now has to run away from Yatoro, already using the Sunder to stay alive. By doing a good job on top of the Ringmaster, the gem drops to the deck now.
Okay, of course he was successful. This is a key moment for Heroic. They're only 3K down, which
20 seconds on the Aegis.
Surprising.
There, Divide gets off the Rolling Thunder. BKB instantly popped by Laurel, trying to open things up. He's taking a lot of damage, though. We'll finally get to the other side, but that's already the Aegis down. Luckily for Spirit, it was still intact. Now Collapse with the counter initiation with the epicenter right on top of Whisper. He's all alone, though, as that's a nightfall away for the Ursa. And now the song reset. Collapse and company, they find Divide. So in the end, it's a 2 for 2. 1 core dead on the Heroic side.
Not bad for Heroic. That was a fight into Aegis. Okay, we're set up again. Spirit in position. No Sand King yet, though.
15 seconds on BKB for Yatoro. They're going to be playing this a bit passively. I would think. The jump in from Whisper right on top of Panto. Gets off the ice pad. He just bought an Agnes Scepter. The box will save him for the time being. Eventually we'll take out the Whisper. Actually, they're ignoring him completely. And now Laurel jumps in with the Electric Vortex. The buyback onto the Ringmaster. Still has his ult. Whisper attempting to run away. Attempting to TP. The ice pad completely misses, but Collapse is there to finish the job. He gets the Yules as well onto the Naga Siren. Down goes another member in Divide. 3 dead, and it just cost a buyback onto a support. You get a second gem at your disposal as well.
And you get the Roche.
That is...
Heroic.
Oh, man.
That was probably not the time and place to overextend. Well, it wasn't. But to even take the fight to begin with, I'm not sure. I think they kind of just wanted to get a pick and then go for Roche, but the fight develops into a much bigger bargain than what they asked for. And if nothing else, they did force the Ursa BKB.
Oh, and the spotlight actually showing Schofield. It's got to be annoying.
The 70-second cooldown on Ursa BKB is a pretty big deal here.
Yeah, that's true. How do they fight? They get the Hex. They're putting everything onto Terrorblade right now. Can he get the Sunder? No. But that's just life number 1. Whisper, despite having the BKB, will melt. TP is actually going to be canceled from Collapse again. A nice split arc onto 2 with the Rolling Thunder to follow. Collapse gets the Burrow Strike onto the low ground. Divide, there's the refresher for Yatoro. Can still fight if he wants. The Swashbuckle, not quite enough to take out Rue. Boxes himself. And now the Hex initiation. Gonna get the cookie to stay alive for Divide. Yatoro still inside of this ice pad as cover gets gone on by the bear, but that Sunder comes out, and now Yuma has to run. Collapse is there, a nice stun. That's gonna be the Song of Siren for KJ. But again, it's only gonna buy a little bit of time as now the buildings are likely gonna fall But they get the double stun onto the Storm Spirit and the Sand King. That's going to be very close, but finally they get the Storm Spirit. Triple kill for Yatoro, though. They cannot deal with this Terrorblade at all. The buybacks come out in full from Spirit, so it's a 5 versus 3. Certainly want to end it here.
Laurel has, he's re-arrived. See if he can get the connection.
Collapse. And they get the Electric Vortex. They have the Vision. The Wheel of Wonder this time is successful on the Bear with the right clicks to follow. Down goes Yuma. Has the buyback, but he has very little in terms of teammates. They're just going to call it GG as Spirit will take this 2-0.
A much more interesting and much closer game than game one, but ultimately Spirit, again, outclassing, and it's in classic Spirit fashion. It's what I've been praising Heroic for as well, this team fight execution and the overall idea of how to play those mid-late game positions. Spirit is just a monster when it comes to that. So I do like the matchup for Heroic of the way they win games is what you need to beat Spirit.
This looks like prime Spirit. Yatoro, huge in the fights, doing a ton of damage. His team force staffing him out, glimmering him, like really clutch plays all around, because